What's up, guys? Building or buying a race simulator is not cheap. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the racing simulator slash drift simulator I'm building for under $2,000. For this build, I got a JEGS adjustable seat back racing seat. This ran for about $200. This MSI 32-inch gaming monitor, this was $200 from Walmart. I also got this Thrustmaster H-pattern shifter. This was $135, and it allows you to shift in H-pattern or sequential. And then I also got this Thrustmaster's Handbrake. I don't remember the exact price of this. It was like maybe 60 bucks or something. I also got these 3-inch caster wheels from Lowe's. These are like $18 a piece. I was going to use a 4-inch, but I'm planning to paint my rig black, and this was the only size they had that was black. So I just kind of wanted that to match. So I went with these. I'm going to try them out. Hopefully they work well. They're rated for 100 pounds each. So in theory, this should support about 400 pounds on this rig. These also come with brakes and a swivel. And the cool thing about this brake system is whenever you engage it, it locks these teeth so that the swivel doesn't move. So these should be pretty nice and stable overall, I believe. My only concern would be with the racing seat towards the back of the rig. The majority of the weight's going to be the driver, obviously, and so for heavier drivers, this might be possibly a little bit too much for these casters, but we're going to try that out and see. So I got the platform here built with the monitor stand installed. Now all I'm waiting on is the Thrustmaster's TS300 racing simulator wheel to come in. That should be here later this week. That was about $400, so I'll leave a link to these parts in the description below. Alright guys, I chose to build my own drift sim rig here in order just to save some money. I did a lot of research, a lot of looking around. You can buy some drift sim rigs fairly cheap in the $200 to $300 range. If you're going to set this up in front of a TV or a screen where you don't need a monitor stand or even a desk. Like I said in some of my previous videos, I was looking at doing a projector screen here on this wall, but because of the height of where the screen would be and the drift simulator sitting much lower, I felt like it would just really be a strain on the neck to be like looking up. So I decided to build this monitor stand in order to mount a monitor onto the rig, and because of that, any rig that had a monitor stand and had places to mount the pedals, the steering wheel, and the shifter, you started getting into the $1,000+ range. So like I said, I decided to build this rig just to save some money. I bought all this wood and hardware for about 160 bucks, including a quart of black paint, which was like 30 bucks. But the problem I'm working on solving now is whenever I put this seat on here, as you can see, the bar that allows the seat to adjust forward and backwards is pretty close down here. And so what I had to do is add a couple extra pieces of 2x4 to get this up high enough so that this bar wasn't being pushed up and keeping the seat in an unlocked position, plus just to even be able to get your hand around it. So now that I've got that sorted out, next I got to figure out how I'm going to mount this seat to this platform. I bought a bunch of hardware at Lowe's today, and none of it's going to work. The biggest issue is I bought hex head bolts, which doesn't allow you to actually get a socket on them, so I'm probably going to have to get a bolt that you can put an Allen key on, or a screwdriver, or I'm possibly thinking about maybe just screwing these down and putting a washer in here. But in order to do that, I have to take these seat rails off the seat. So I'm not sure if I want to do that, because it presents a greater challenge of being able to go back and bolt the seat to the rails. So anyway, I'm in the process of figuring that out. So I'm going to go ahead and clear off this table and put the rig up here and start painting it to allow it to dry overnight. I really wanted to finish building the rig before I painted it initially, but like I said, I'm still waiting on the wheel and the pedals, so I want to see that hardware first before I actually build something to mount the wheel to, so I can make sure I got the proper height for the wheel. And then if I need to put some sort of angle on the base platform for the pedals, then I'll do that as well. All right, guys, day 2, working on the racing simulator, drift simulator rig. Put a couple coats on this paint last night. Just now checking it out for the first time since I had a chance to dry. I was a little bit concerned when I put on the first coat of paint. This black paint looked like almost blue. It had a bluish tint to it, and there were some spots here on the wood that was really showing through. But I went ahead and applied a second coat, and everything's looking really good. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and install these caster wheels and get this rig set on the ground. Alright guys, there it is. Off to the hardware store, off to the hardware store. So many trips to the hardware store. Narrow, wide, narrow, wide. Wider is better. All right, guys, I got the wheels on here, got the seat mounted, and I sat in it. Whenever I lock these down, especially if they're like an odd angle, this thing kind of moved back and forth a little bit. It's not going to be completely stable, I think, on these casters, but overall, I don't think that there's going to be really enough movement when you're playing a game that you're, really going to notice it. Maybe you'll feel it a little bit. Maybe you'll actually feel like you're drifting. I don't know. But I'm going with the wide setting just because, obviously, wider will be more stable. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this content. I hope it was useful. Stay tuned. Like I said, this is day 3. I'm going to finish up this video here so I can get it out, but be sure to stay tuned and hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll be bringing you another update here in hopefully just another couple days.